You are about to enter a world rarely discussed at dinner tables, yet quietly present at life's most pivotal moments. A world where a single signature can unlock a fortune, or freeze it in time. A world where trust is currency, and hesitation can cost thousands. Tonight's journey does not take place in a distant galaxy, nor in a haunted mansion, but in conference rooms, hospital corridors, kitchen tables at 8:47 p.m., where opportunity knocks, and sometimes no one answers. You're about to meet the unseen guardians of agreements, the silent witnesses to power of attorney, real estate empires, last wills, and new beginnings. But beware, in this dimension, the difference between thriving and merely surviving is not talent, not luck, but infrastructure. Because somewhere between the missed call, the delayed follow-up, and the unreturned voicemail, revenue vanishes. And in its place, regret. Tonight, we explore the thin line between chaos and control, between the overwhelmed notary and the architect of precision. You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of stamps and seals, but of systems and strategy. A journey into a land where every call matters, every minute counts, and automation whispers in the shadows. You've just crossed over into the Notary Insights show.
Yeah. Peace, peace, peace. This is your international sales and marketing hitman, your humble hip-hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo, and you already know what it is, man. You rocking with the best, you heard? Got the brother Tekamaku back in the building. Shout out to Tekamaku.
What's up, guys? What's up, man? Ready to drop some of that knowledge and chat it up with you, see how we can make the notary industry a little tighter, a little more smoother. You know what I mean?
How you been, bro? How you been? How's the family? How's Prince Kimba doing?
Yeah, he's still shiny. He's still all shiny and stuff. Running around, jumping off of couches.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's sleeping well. He's eating good. He's getting tall and long, and his hair's all curly. So yeah, he's good.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. Hey, so last week you weren't able to make it, but we doing part 3 of you're not broke, you're addicted to it, bro. Oh. And last week I went over the symptoms of what people could actually look for that will give them the indication that they may be addicted to broke. I know, me personally, for a fact, I had suffered from many of those things, especially being addicted to chaos. That was a big one for me because I translated hustle for growth.
Yeah.
I felt like the more I hustled, the more chaotic the hustle was, the more I was growing, the more money I should be expecting. And that is not the case, bro. That was not the case. So I wanted to share some quick insights. Tech, I think you'll enjoy this. This comes from today's Wall Street Journal. There is a $110 trillion transfer of wealth that is happening as we speak, Tech. 110 trillion. Now, of course, the major contributors to this transfer of wealth are the baby boomers. For those that don't know the ages of the baby boomers, I'm going to give you the year. It's anywhere between 1946 to 1964. They're controlling $94 trillion of that transfer, Tech. Yikes. Bro, we've been talking about this shit for years.
Yeah.
For years.
The Money Corner.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been bringing this up, man. Now it's upon us.
Bro, they back then, I think we were talking about it like 2 years ago, right? That it was, the tsunami of transfer of wealth that's supposed to happen. supposed to end. It's supposed to end around 2030, but now they're saying that it looked like it's going to take a lot longer for them to transfer $110 trillion. So here's some quick stats on that, right? The 4 buckets are stocks. So for the baby boomers, majority of their money is in stocks, and about 23% is in real estate. Then it's retirement, and then private businesses. Now, Tech, we're in the notary industry. How does that play in our market and economy?
Yeah, I can think of a couple different ways. All of those touch points in some way or another related to notary, whether you're selling a business, you have to transfer an investment account, you or if you're just a notary and you happen to be a boomer, or I don't know, I'm afraid like one day you're going to pass away. I can tell your future. One day you will die. I've been 100% correct on that prediction. So you have to now transfer a business.
Yep.
Presuming that you run it like a business, then you have to transfer that to someone else, or somehow it's going to have to be dissolved in some way. And that might ironically involve a notary. So I think all of those touch points in one way or another can affect, or you can be involved in one way or another.
Absolutely. The power of attorneys are going to be huge, and we talked about this before. The power of attorneys are exploding right now.
Oh yeah.
Trust packages exploding right now. These 401k rollovers and all of the explosion. People, baby boomers selling their businesses. That's why you see people like Cody Sanchez, who will teach you how to buy businesses with zero money down. There's a reason why her content is becoming so viral right now. It's because a lot of these baby boomers, they're not getting the money that they would like to get for their business. So they're looking at people like you and I, Tech, to say, hey, I will sell you my medical practice. You don't need a medical license for it. Here's the system. Pay me X amount of money every single month for the next X amount of years. Technically, they still control it until you pay it off. But you are overseeing the entire business, and you just pay them a royalty. So like notaries have to go there to sign off on those documents. So the last part is, which I'm a Generation Xer. Generation X is the year 1965 to 1980, and they're controlling about $53 trillion of that. And here's the shift. They're putting more money into real estate than stocks. Now, the baby boomers were putting more money into the stocks, and then real estate came in second. So they're kind of flipping the dynamic a little bit, and it may change over time. But heck, don't we all notarize real estate documents?
Notarize anything, man. Anything,
you know what I mean?
You can. You have the capability to notarize anything.
So the opportunity is growing exponentially. So for those that are saying there's no money in this industry, like, you're just not attacking it correctly. And hopefully today's show will help you do that. Peck, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things. I don't want to go too far off topic, veer too far off topic, but two things I want to make, just so y'all know where we're coming from in this discussion. And I just want to keep it real. I just want to keep it all the way 100% funky with you guys. That's the interest. The two things. Well, one thing I want to bring up is yeah, each generation, silent generation, greatest generation, baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, they all control some slither of wealth within this country. Another sort of nuance and crevice to that, because you mentioned the 53 mil controlled by Gen 50 trillion with a T controlled by Gen X. Most of that is white people.
Mm-hmm.
Like 90% of it is like white people. And that is, I'm saying that to kind of make you guys aware of just where we sit in this era, in this period of time. This ain't the Gilded Age. This is not the industrial age. This is the technological age. This is the information gathering age. So to piggyback on that, you also brought up a good point saying that Cody Sanchez talks about how buying businesses, which I think is great. That's a great, phenomenal, plug that she has. I ask, why are so many people buying businesses? Are they choosing to opt out of working traditional jobs? Is it because of where we are, because of the amount of wealth that this one group, white people, have managed to congregate and to absorb? And that's all done politically, right? It's all done through policy and all done through like tax reforms and who gets to buy property, who gets access to business loans, and who gets to transfer wealth down, like all that stuff. Again, like I said, not to go too far off topic, but just to let you guys know, the listeners know, and this is in my opinion, this is from research and things that I've looked at and things I've looked into, and just my own general interest, just so I know my own where I project the direction of this country is going, and just a reflection of the time that we're living in. But people are like jobs in like the 60s and the 50s and 60s. It was easy, right, Tiger, to get a job and to be extremely productive, maybe even buy a house, support your entire family, have multiple children, and not have to worry about loads of debt, not have to worry about rising costs or having international pressures of how goods and services are shipped. It's just so many influences now today. I mean, the war that's going on in the Middle East has actually driven up the cost of oil and gas extremely, right? And it might even it's going to affect other parts of our lives that you may not even be aware of, especially like food and things like that. I say that to say that with this wealth transfer that's definitely underway right now, most of that is among white people, and a lot of the sentiments towards working in a traditional sense, like that has completely changed. So now people are looking to owning businesses in addition to working, being a full-time working employee. So you have this ability, because of this wealth that's being transferred down, you may have the ability to not just work a full-time job. And let's just say, like, what's the average salary in America? I think it's like 50 to 60,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So if you can somehow get a medical practice, like you own a chiropractic, business, and then it generates, I don't know, $80,000 to $100,000 a month. I mean, a year or maybe a month. I don't know. And then you use that to supplement your regular income. I can see how people, they're looking towards that as a viable option, as a way to get by, because this ain't the 60s anymore. This ain't the 50s anymore, where you can just have a one person and one income household and be able to send your kids to really good schools and have a new car every 5 years, or be able to take a vacation, save some money. This ain't that time no more. Like, so looking for these alternative options makes sense, and why these people are probably looking for alternative ways to kind of get ahead.
I'll say that too. Yeah, I'll add that to this conversation that these baby boomers did have kids. And that transfer of wealth that you do see happening to the Generation X, they're handing it off to them. Like it didn't just go from 94 trillion to 53 trillion to the next generation. This is the transfer that you're seeing in real time, right? So it's Papa Joe handing over his pizzeria business over to his daughter or son, through an estate planning document with the stocks and the assets. Papa Joe is good. Now he just want to make sure that his kids and his grandkids are good. So I definitely would keep that in mind, that they're just the baby boomers are transferring a lot of their wealth to their kids, which is the Generation X.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are thinking about quitting their full-time jobs and quitting their 9-to-5s.
COVID did that, bro. COVID.
No doubt.
COVID sparked something and showed people a new way of life that they never saw before, bro. They said, I do not have to be in the office every single day, 9 hours a day, plus a 45-minute commute to and from. Even if they never went back to that job, it has warped the way they see running a business. I read a article where this guy, he was in the technology field. He was getting paid like $250,000 a year, tech. When COVID hit, he wound up taking up agriculture, doing a little bit of farming. This dude left his job to be a freelancer so he can work on his farm, and he only makes $50,000 a year now.
Yeah. Not surprising.
He left a $250,000 job to work on a farm and make $50,000 a year as a freelancer. And he's like, I get to spend time with my kids. I could take jobs that I want, deny the jobs I don't want. It was like, I have all the freedom in the world, and I get to do something I enjoy. Yeah, it's changing, bro.
Completely.
I'll add this one last thing before we go into the topic of the day. I went to 100 black men. They had this conference thing, right? And there was a guy that spoke and said, you know what? People aren't doing enough critical thinking, right? And he said, if we did more critical thinking, we would be able to advance a lot further. So I said, me personally, I said, well, critical thinking is almost being eliminated because we have AI now.
Yeah.
AI is actually doing the critical thinking for us. So I went to ChatGPT and I said, AI, let me talk to you for a second, man. If you guys are if AI is doing all of the critical thinking, what is the human being evolving into? Like, what kind of thinking is the human being evolving into? Guess what it said, bro?
I'm curious to hear. I really want to know.
It said that human beings are evolving into what is called metacognitive or meta thinking. What that means is we are asking ourselves, why are we thinking that way? Why did I ask that question? What is the purpose of me asking that question? Where did that come from? So we're almost like self-analyzing ourselves and reprogramming, like, oh, I asked that question because money was hard for my family to make, and I'm looking to budget instead of looking to how can I increase my wealth without having to work in a 40-hour week. So you're self-analyzing yourself and you're reframing your own thinking in order to have AI do the critical thinking for you.
Yeah.
We live in a different time, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. This will be an interesting time to look back on in about 5-15 years, maybe even before that, but really get a grasp. Once we get a picture of how AI has really, for people who use it, how it's really enhanced our lives or how it's changed our lives, it'll be really good to look back on and see how far we've advanced.
Mm-hmm. So here's the topic of the day, bro. I received the email. I received the email from one of our listeners, chose to be anonymous. And the question was, why do notaries stay stuck? Why is it that notaries stay stuck in the position like they're either busy, but it does the profitability or the income seems to be the same. They're getting busier, but the income is steadily being the same. So I kind of broke it down in a couple of ways, and we can elaborate on them.
All right.
So the first one is busy versus profitable, right? More signings do not equal more money. More driving does not equal more growth. If your income stops when you stop, you're not profitable. What do you say about that, Ted?
I have to agree. That sounds like us from 4 years ago. And it's interesting how that whole context is now very present within the notary community.
Mm-hmm.
When 4 years ago, there was no one saying that. No one was saying, if I stop, then everything stops. No, people were just really showing off on how many title companies I can sign up with.
Oh yeah, they were flexing that, weren't they flexing?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's not. It ain't like that no more, man. It's ain't nobody got time for that. And I'm happy because that was the goal. That was our intention, to wake up those who wanted to be awakened. Not everybody sees it. I understand, but the reality is this. You can sign up for as many people and services you can sign up for, but the moment that if you are doing everything, if you are answering and driving and responding and marketing, if it's you who's doing it, that is inherently the problem. And we're trying to our hardest to. It's very simple concept, but it might not be as easy to grasp and how to escape that. But it's very important that you are not doing everything. And if you, and it's very easy to see this, right? I can see, I am doing everything. That has to stop. It cannot, and it's impossible for you to do this, for you to be a notary business owner. Impossible to be a notary business owner and you do everything. It's impossible. Can't happen.
Yeah, the whole more signings equal more money. I've gotten I've had conversations with notaries that said that the signings are getting slimmer from some of these title and escrow companies. And I was like, what did you expect? You expected them to pay you more? Well, I mean, like what were you going to do? Appeal for a raise as an independent contractor?
Don't work that way.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what were you expecting? Many of these title escrow companies, they move work like Costco and Sam's Club. They'll give you more but they're going to pay you less. You'll get more work, but in return, we're going to need you to cut down your price on some of your signings. That is a hostage negotiation. Because now you feel like if you don't accept that, they may start pulling back.
Right. Yeah, enough people want, I think people are afraid of admitting that.
They're holding you hostage, man.
Yes, you are not the person that's in control, not in the same way that you think you are. I don't think that you can experience your way out of this. There's no way that you can sell yourself, well, you just need more experience and then people will pay you more. Like we talked about earlier, this is not that era anymore. That productivity isn't rewarded in the same way today as if it was in the 80s and the 70s. That's not, it's almost reversed. The more productive you are, then the more, now I'm not saying that they can pay you less, but I'm saying the more you're at their mercy.
Yeah. Yes.
You have to look at it very, very subtle, very different. The more they pay you, then the more that you are at their mercy. There has to be some type of detachment involved so that you can stand on your own 2 feet.
We should have called this show, this particular episode, Power to the Notary on this one. Now I'm gonna say this. Me and Tech see both on both sides now because we have a agency as well and we contract notaries and then we're notaries as well. So we see both sides of the spectrum on that. And look, if you're contracting notaries, hell yeah, you want to be in control. 100%. You want to be in control of that situation from beginning to end. You do not want the notary running amok, asking your client, how much did you pay for this notarization? Because they're trying to renegotiate the deal with you at the client's house mid-signing. I don't know if you believe me if that's true or not, but I've had it done to me.
Do they not know that it's already been paid for? So how can they renegotiate it?
No, they don't care. They'll, dude, some of these notaries out here, and it's a very, very small number, are scumbags. They have no business ethic. They will run past the line, just complete no business ethic at all.
Yeah.
But when you're an agency, and next Wednesday show, I'm going to teach notaries how to run a notary agency because we want you to elevate to that next level. So be there for that next show next Wednesday. But as a notary, of course, you want to make sure you secure the funds. But as an agency, you have to secure the funds damn near like right there on the spot. Because if you dispatch a notary and for some reason that signing don't go through, you're still going to have to pay that notary.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So the next thing, Tech, is many of the notaries, believe it or not, are addicted to the chaos of being a notary. I'm talking about the ripping and running, stoplights. I'm on the expressway, hella traffic, phones ringing. I got my pen in my mouth. I'm listening to a new client. I'm trying to write down, the new notary appointment, negotiating a deal. I'm hungry. I got to find a gas station to get a gas station hot dog and a Red Bull to keep me going because I got 3 more signings after this. They love the chaos.
Admit it, man. Were you addicted to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved it in the beginning, bro.
That was a good time in the beginning.
Oh, it was exhilarating, bro.
It produced a lot
The
of content.
adrenaline was off the charts. It was like getting into the ring and having a fight. You're like, yeah, I knocked down another one. I'm weaving through traffic. I'm gonna make it to my appointment on time.
I found a good parking spot. Look at that
Yep.
right in front. Oh my God. I love when that happens.
Bro, after year one of that, I said, okay, something got to change because there's no way I can grow this business with just me.
Impossible.
I was enjoying the ripping and running and shaking in the ground. Bro, I used to relish and brag about it. I used to brag to people how much I hustled for that day. And I'm counting the cash in front of them, right? Like I'm flexing. Like I'm doing some big Willie shit. And it's only fly to someone that's not doing shit.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? You can't flex that with somebody that's making that type of income doing nothing. Or they just make one good move for that day and they made what you made for that entire month. That's not a flex to them.
No.
I was flexing to the wrong goddamn people, bro. That's why it's important you change your damn circle. So what do you say about people that are they take pride in the struggle, but they fear structure?
What is my take on that? That is a good one. I think we are all guilty of that. And I definitely see it happens. It happens. You can turn on any type of social media app and you see everybody showing videos of them running in and out of the Secretary of State's office and running in and out of UPS stores and showing all the papers being printed out of their printer and showing the back of their mobile office with the, the inverters and the scanners. And
You see it.
I've done 5 appointments and it's only 9 o'clock. Like,
Yep.
like you see it all the time, man. It's not a flex. I hate to say it. Yeah, you're running yourself ragged. You're redlining. Your engine is. How long can your engine sustain that? Mm-hmm. Your physical engine, the car, and your body, your mind. How long can you sustain this? So I just want to. That is a great point, though, Tiger, because it's a caution. It's a caution. Careful. Yeah. Be careful now. It looks exciting. It does, and it does feel exciting when you're in the moment. Oh man, I'm gonna smash over to San Francisco today. I'm gonna drive to this nice neighborhood. I've never been over here before. Cool. I'm gonna meet up with this person, get to see all these people. I'm gonna stop and have a sandwich, pick up a donut. I'm gonna drive back across the bridge. It's nice outside. The windows are down. Got the music playing. I'm listening to Notary Insights show in my car. It's exciting. I get it, man. I was one of those people as well. It produces a lot of content, not strategy. Oh, it's a terrible strategy, long term. Terrible. And it's not until you see the other side, like you said, we see it from both sides. You know, we contract notaries, and then we're us being notaries ourselves. We see it from both sides. Mm-hmm. It's impossible to run at that pace.
Yeah, I definitely would say, man, if you can avoid that trap, and we're trying to help you identify that trap early on so you don't get caught in that, and you can actually take more of a falcon bird's eye view of your business instead of being the goddamn, leopard in the forest hunting. at least if you have a falcon eye view of the terrain, you can see where the food is, and you can start choosing what is worth your time. Because there are plenty people, Tech, you can attest to this. There are plenty people that will do about 5-6 signings in one day, but you'll do like maybe 2 signings and made what they made with the 5 to 6 signings. Like that is positioning right there.
Never left my house.
Now this next one, Tech, we created a show off of it. It was a 2-part show called What Happened to the Gurus, the Notary Gurus.
Yeah. The rise and fall of the Notary Guru.
Yeah, the fall of the Notary Gurus. And it goes to this next one. Why do notaries stay stuck? And I came up with outdated advice, man. You were taught to hustle more, take every job, stay busy, give them a low price if you're a beginner, do the shit for cheap, right?
Yeah.
Do the shit for cheap in the beginning and then try to raise your price later. Like that type of advice, that model is expired, y'all. That shit is sour milk. It's expired. Old rules equal broke ass results. Tech, what do you say?
Yeah, it's the reason why you hear everyone saying that. I mean, I heard you say once that if everybody's doing something, then I need to stop. And I was like, that's a really insightful point to make. If I see the majority, the masses doing one thing, going in one direction, I'm going the other way. And I said, I'm going to adopt that. And that's the reason why you hear us, the way we talk. There might be one other person who talks like this, who brings up the angles and the aspects of the industry that we bring up. Otherwise, 99% of them talk about, listen, you're not getting any signings. Well, what should you do? Just got to get more experience. You just need to show them that you are experienced. Put more signings underneath your belt. Take the cheap ones. Take the $20 hollers. Take the $30 hollers, just so that you can get the experience. Or just become a Ron, or just do more field inspections. Do more permit running. Do stuff that. So you're working more. You are working more. You're doing overtime, and your intention was never to do overtime, was it? That was not your intention in the beginning when you set out to do this. You did not want to stress and work more, only to then look for more things. Because what happens when you work more? Well, listen, at some point, there's a break-even point. At some point, the car breaks down. You need new brakes, need new tires, need more gas. Gas prices go up. And all of a sudden, now, like you talked about earlier, there's no profitability there. Because if you are physically doing everything, you are driving everywhere. If you are doing all of the work, there is, at some point, there's going to be a time where what you've generated, what you've made, will be either eliminated, or you're just going to be coming in like in the red. It's just a matter of time. So the advice is outdated. The models that have worked in the 80s and the 90s, or even as recently as 5 years ago, it's just outdated. Some stuff needs to be changed. It needs to be brought and modernized. So you have to implement automation. You have to. We've been talking about automation for the last 5 years. I mean, god damn, man, we've been talking about this for the last 5 years, and people are just now coming around to it. We've been talking about AI for the last 5 years. We've seen this on the horizon because Tiger so insightfully takes information from other industries.
Fact.
Let's get into this industry. The notary industry has always been behind the ball.
Yes, 100%. The notary industry has not changed. The market has.
No.
The market has changed. The
Yeah.
notary industry, shit, bro. My next notary appointment, I'm bringing a fucking red candle and a stamp, my dude. I'm gonna melt the candle on their paper and stamp the shit. I'm gonna emboss it with a red candle. That's how evolved this industry has become, bro.
Yeah, y'all don't see that? Yeah, y'all don't see that. This
I'm gonna use a feathered pen. I'm gonna use a pen that has a feather, and I am gonna dip it in ink and sign my name with my notary commission number under it.
But then you guys see how ridiculous that sounds? And you could very well do that and it'd probably be accepted. So you guys, it's 2026, damn near 2027. You guys got to step into the modern age, look around you, look at the other industries. I mean, we've been just spewing automation and AI technology for the last 5 years. People are just now coming around to it, though. That's a good thing. That was our goal in the beginning, and it is finally starting to happen.
For sure. Before we go into the last one, Tech, let's take a quick commercial break.
As a part-time traveling notary with a full-time job, balancing everything can be tough, especially when you're getting calls at all hours. That's where SabrinaAI comes in. Think of Sabrina as your personal assistant who answers every call, handles appointment bookings, provides quick answers to common questions, and filters out non-urgent inquiries. Sabrina works 24/7 so you never miss a client opportunity, even when you're tied up with your full-time job. With this system, you can keep things running smoothly without the stress of managing calls yourself, giving you more time to focus on your work, clients, and everything else life throws your way.
Scan the QR code for a free demo.
You see, we got J3 Mobile. You got J3 Mobile Notary in the chat. Jesse is in the building.
What up, Jesse? Clareville in the building.
Elite super elite, man.
Yeah, man. She's not playing these games, man.
No, this is a different lane, completely different highway. It's just different, you guys. And it's not to say that you can't reach that level. The technology that you implement into this industry has to be used. And I'm not saying that you have to use ChatGPT or Claude or OpenClaw or whatever to write, blog articles and send out spam emails to 50,000 different nursing homes. I'm just saying simple things like just using automation that's going to send out confirmation emails. You guys don't understand just how big of a difference that is. The conversation is completely different when I'll give you a real example, just real quick, Tiger, if I can.
Oh yeah, take your time, bro.
So yesterday, we talk about we talk about the power of the complimentary call.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, Tech? What is the complimentary call? Complimentary call is the ability for you to attract what I call a red hot fire lead. So 3 things is a notary business: attract the lead, close the call, delegate the job. That's it. That's a notary business in a nutshell. That's all it is. You attract the lead, close the call, you seal the deal, and then you delegate it out. Now, you can go ahead and do the job yourself, but we just spent the last 45 minutes explaining to you why you shouldn't do it. You should not do it. But you can. It's okay. So using the complimentary call is one of our ways of attracting the lead, initiating that whole sequence. Complimentary call. Sometimes people may not want to just hand over money to you because they don't know who you are. Never seen you before, never worked with you before, never worked with your company or your business before. They may not want to hand over money to you. Not now, depending on how you present yourself, like we've demonstrated in Passive Trash, depending on how your business shows up and your website appears, some people, quite a few, by the way, will just hand it over to you because your business presents as a real live operation and not just some mom and pop one-person operation show, which a lot of websites do. But needless to say, the complimentary call is a way for somebody who's never worked with you before. And look at that. I don't know if you heard that, but I just got a new appointment. Look at that.
Love it.
So,
I got an appointment. I have a assignment to give out live on the show today too, by the way.
Okay, let me finish up my point and you give out the
assignment. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Take your time.
The complimentary call, it invites people to put their feet in the water, to dip their toes in the pool, test things out. And what we realized through our collective research and our experience is that when somebody schedules a complimentary call, they've already made up their mind. They've already decided they're going to go with you. They probably just have one little question, one little detail to ask about. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. I see appointments until 8 p.m. I get a complimentary call scheduled at 7:52. And I can show this, right? I can demonstrate this. The person just wants to know. This is a silly question, but nevertheless, they asked it. They just want to know why they needed to schedule a complimentary call in order to book an appointment. That question threw me off. Why did they need to schedule a complimentary call in order to schedule an appointment? And I said, oh, it sounds like you ready to make an appointment and you were unsure about if you needed to make a call. They said, yeah, I just went on Google and I searched Notary in Oakland, and then I saw a link and it said schedule a complimentary call, because that's a Google ad strategy that we talk about, which is point them in the direction of a complimentary call, because like I just said, it's a red hot fire lead. So I point my Google ads to the complimentary call because I recognize you may not want to or be able to in that moment to hand over your credit card. You may not be ready to. Most people aren't. So I just direct you to complimentary call. Something free. How many people like free? By show of hands. Everybody. Everybody loves free. And complimentary is an elevated way of saying what? Free. Right? So now this person expects, they have a higher expectation because everything's automated. Just like in the rest of their lives with Amazon, with Chewy, with DoorDash, with everything that they order, everything's automated. So they schedule a complimentary call, pick the time, pick the date, they get the immediate response, they get the courtesy reminders, and then someone like me, I already know what this person wants. They've already filled out the intake form. They tell me what, they tell me where they live, they tell me the topic of the call. I'm going into the call with all types of intel. First question out the gate is, what time do you want to schedule your appointment? And then they just go right into it, schedule the appointment, booked, and now the person, I just, like the third part, which is to delegate the job, I'll send a notary out. So, yeah. So, having a comprehensive approach to this notary industry, something that's not from 5-10 years ago, but something that's forward thinking, you will, by virtue of you having these mechanisms in place, you will create the perception of a full large scale business, and people like that. People want that, and it can easily be done. So I'm gonna yield my time, and I'll let you give out some money.
Yeah. So May 14th in Arizona, have a notary assignment. If you would like to get more details on that and you live in the Arizona area, send me an email at info@tigertoledo.com. That's info@tigertoledo.com. I have a notary assignment. It's for a trust package in Arizona. I wish I don't want to jump off my phone and get all the details because it might cut off this live stream. But if you're in the Arizona area, text me, say with a subject, Arizona Notary Insights show. and then I will send you the information, and then put some money in your pocket, man. Because I can't do it. I'm here in Chicago, so I need one of you trusted, certified, professional notaries to actually do this assignment. So I got money to share, baby. I got money to share.
You the realest on the net, man. You the realest. Who else is giving out money? And just to make it even sweeter, I'm gonna give out some money too, just like we did last time. Bro.
let's let it do what it do, baby.
Monster kill.
This is the reason why you guys don't hear this type of language anywhere else. It's just us, man. Like we want to elevate this industry, and you can absolutely do it. So here, anyway, listen. If you're in Oakland, or if you're in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, so if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, you know the cities. All right. Anywhere, if you can get to Oakland tomorrow evening at 6 p.m., if you can be in Oakland tomorrow evening at 6 p.m., so obviously if you're watching this live, then that applies to you. But if you're watching this today, later on today or tomorrow, which is the May 6th.
No, May 7th.
No, well, yeah, today's May 6th, but if you can be in Oakland at 6 p.m. tomorrow or on May 7th, then here's what I want you to do. Just call my phone number, 510-281-8191. 510-281-8191. You can hit me up direct. Dial 0. I'll answer the phone because I'm the person who controls the money. And you guys, not only have you built some income, but you've built a partnership with me in our agency. So, Bay Area Notaries, if you're watching this, you just got listen, this is the first time we've done this. We've done this before. So, yeah, we giving out real stuff, man, right here on the spot. Don't call me asking about how many signatures are there. What type of document is it? Don't call me with that. Please do not call my phone asking me, interrogating me. I'm saying, can you be in Oakland at 6 p.m. on May 7th? If the answer is yes, then you got some work. I'll take care of you.
Love it, man. Hey, a lot of these notary gurus, they won't even tell you who their business is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they won't even tell you that they'll let you know that they have an agency, but they will not reveal the name of their agency.
Ain't that crazy?
Because them niggas doing shady work.
But y'all don't. I mean, I'm not trying to spotlight nobody, but ain't that kind of crazy? Like, what is the name of your business then? Like, just so we can look it up. The name of my business is Oakland Prime Mobile Notary. You can look me up. Go look me up.
USNotaryAgency.com.
Go look it up. Yeah, go look it up. Nothing to hide. But I see people selling all kinds of stuff. I'm like, well, they selling website templates. I'm like, can I see an example of your website template? I might like it. No hate. No nothing. I might like it. Oh,
bro,
no,
I'm about to start being like the dude from Belly and shit that was eating the banana, man. Be like, nah, I don't like that shit at all, man. I'm gonna have to drop a dime on these niggas, man. I'm gonna have to drop a dime on them.
I like that. Rico. I don't like that.
No, I don't like that, man. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, but just stuff to point out, man. At the end of the day, we're trying to keep you guys safe, trying to keep you guys in the driver's seat. You want to be in charge of your own operation, your own business. In fact, at the same time, like telling you all kind of stuff, they won't even tell you what the name of their operation is. What kind of?
Yeah. So let's go into the quick solutions tech. It's really just a 3-point solution based thing right here.
That's all you need.
Systems are greater than hustle. I'll say it again. Systems are greater than hustle.
Why you chasing signatures? Get the systems. Stop chasing the signatures. You want the system that's going to bring you the signatures. I'm on the phone or on the live right now. Just pull an appointment because you got the system in place.
Systems, bro. The second one is automation is greater than exhaustion.
Oh my God. Gospel.
And the third one, control is greater than chaos.
Very good.
What you don't automate will suffocate your growth. You should constantly be looking for ways to automate your notary business. It's like a person, well, back in the days, right? They would always look for their replacement. They're like, a CEO would always look for their replacement. It's like, I need to get out of this job. This is a $10 job. I'm the CEO. I'm the founder of this company. I do not need to be bothered with $10 an hour jobs. I need to replace myself, whether I have to hire somebody, whether I have to hire an independent contractor or a part-time contractor to come in and clean up the books and stuff. But one way or another, I need to pull myself out of this position. You should be doing the same thing. And automation will do that for you. Systems will do that for you. SabrinaAI will do that for you.
Happy to.
By the way, I know we've been getting an excessive amount of higher than normal, I'll say, tech of people applying for SabrinaAI. We apologize. We only install about 25 installations per month. So right now there is a waiting list. You will have to join the waiting list. Go to heysabrina.ai and you can apply to the waiting list. If you do the revenue scorecard, it'll help you. It'll bump you up on the line. I'll say that.
Do it.
But I'll say apply to this as soon as possible. Apply to SabrinaAI as soon as possible. Get on the waiting list. We're trying to get it, get as many businesses installed with the system as possible. But everything that we're talking about, the system, the automation, the greeting, and all of that stuff, it's built in, man. It's built in, baby. and it works, and it's lovely because you're giving your customers a white glove experience. I don't think they understand what the white glove experience is, Tech.
I don't think so. And I see people complain about only being able to command $60 per signing. It's because you look cheap. You look like $60. Like, you mean to tell me you can't charge $120? You can't double that? Well, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. I don't see if they ask me, well, how to justify it. Yeah, because you look like $60. That's the reason why. And 100%. I say that with all the grace in the world and understanding that just some people who are they're just not there yet. But for the people who want to figure out how to get there, it's time for you to really come and have a self-reflection moment. You can do something right now. You can do something today. Make the decision. Sign up for the do the scorecard. Get on the list. At the very least, what? You get a raise? What? I don't know.
You identify some weak spots and you correct it right there on the spot and give yourself a $10 raise. Like, your job isn't giving you no $10 raise.
No.
You can actually give yourself 100. Bro, how many times have you and I broken the mold of the actual foundation that our business was on and be like, I can't believe I just was able to get this amount of money. Now I can't go back.
Yeah, I can remember 3 distinct instances. I remember the very first one for sure. And I can recall 3 separate times where I was like, all right, shit, new level unlocked.
Yeah. Bro, like I said before, I was doing notarizations for $39, bro.
Same here.
$39. I would drive to your house. I would notarize your documents. I'd say hello. I'll pet your fucking dirty dog. I'll do all of that shit, bro. And then leave a smile on your face. And I was running those appointments like crazy.
Yes.
For $39.
Can you believe it?
I was doing full power of attorney trust packages, all that for $39, bro.
Wow.
Now I won't touch an affidavit for less than $129.
And people still, they still do it. It's yeah. I'm just, maybe it was necessary for you to go through that. It was necessary, but for you guys who are just starting out, or you guys have been around for a long time, I don't know, man. Don't be stubborn. Learn something. This is like the year 3000, man. Come on, guys.
Okay, and before we sign off, just in case somebody is saying to themselves, well, Tiger, how did you do it? Well, Tiger, how did you do it? How did you go from $39 to $129? I believed in myself, nigga. That's the simplest thing I could tell you.
Start there.
I believed in myself.
Start right there. Yeah.
Like a lesbian with a huge strap on. I believed in myself.
Hey, man, you're gonna get cut off air, man.
Any final words, brother?
No, that's it. This is the new age, you guys. Thank you guys for rocking with us, and thank you guys for giving us the hour of time that you've allowed us to, talk to you. Whether you're, at your job right now, you're on the treadmill, driving around with your kids, at home, just hanging out. But again, hit up Tiger, info@tigersolito.com. Call me, 510-281-8191, dial 0 if you're in the Oakland area. And then, let's get you paid, man. Hop on board.
Let's go. Peace.
Peace.
You know what's wild? The biggest threat to a notary business isn't competition, it's missed calls. While you're driving, while you're notarizing, while you're living, revenue is ringing, and no one's there to answer. That's why we built SabrinaAI. Not another app, not another chatbot. A trained AI phone receptionist engineered specifically for notaries. She answers your business line instantly, qualifies the caller, schedules the appointment, handles the follow-up, all while you stay focused on closing deals. The smartest operators aren't working harder, they're building systems. And when a client calls a Sabrina-powered notary, it feels structured, it feels premium, it feels inevitable. Right now, most notaries are still doing this manually. The ones booking demos, they're building leverage. If you're serious about running your notary business like a CEO, not an operator, book the demo. Watch Sabrina answer a live call and decide for yourself whether you want to chase income or have it captured automatically.